Right, welcome once again to Retro Pixels. We're back doing the FIA GT Nations Cup, and it's round 3. We're at Dragon Trail Seaside 2, racing an Aston Martin. Now I'm 11th on the grid for this one, which is quite high up considering my usual spots, so we shall see how we get on. Now, I'm still getting used to this talking on the microphone, so please bear with me if I sound like I'm talking absolute cockwomble. Yes, then, yeah, I said cockwomble just for you. So how much you like that word. And wangle. Cockwomble and wangle. So, as I said, it is the Nations Cup, so I'm up against guys from Russia, Germany, Italy, France, and a lot of UK drivers. And it's me! Now, since this is pretty much the first spoken video I've done on Gran Turismo, I will be giving you some thoughts, my thoughts on the game after owning it for a couple of weeks. I did get it on launch day. I'm still not 100% taken by it, I will be honest. But it is growing on me. It's taken time, but it is growing on me. I do miss the old style championships, and I hate the fact that it's virtually all online. But at the same time, it's nice. The online has been done very, very well, so I'm not going to grumble on that respect. The only thing I feel that could be made a lot better is this whole sportsman rating. But I'll come on to that as we're driving along. So here we go. Let's see how we go on this time. I haven't done too well in previous races, so we shall see. 7 laps, that's not too bad. I can live with 7 laps. So, ooh, get out of the way. Oh, ow, crunch. Yep, there we go, there's a deduction to my sportsman rating already. Now, I understand why Gran Turismo brought this in, and it is a good idea. What I don't like about it is you get penalised for the slightest little thing. Now, there's been several occasions already where I've been driving along quite happily, and I've either been forced off the track by another driver, or even one case I was rear-ended at quite high speed and shunted off into the gravel, and I got a rating deduction. Now that, to me, says, yeah, whether it's your fault or not, you're still going to get a hit with a reduction, which isn't totally fair. But for the most part, people are pretty good when it comes to their conduct on the track. The first few days were pretty bad. There was a lot of very bad driving. I've done, I've built my reputation up now. I'm on S, which I think is either the highest or the second highest one you can have. But right, there are a lot of people on S, so I think some people have squeezed through the woodwork a little bit. But I suppose as the game goes on, it will sort itself out. So. Impressions of the game after a couple of weeks. Cars, brilliant. Now what I'll do, while I'm in a straight line, I will quickly go through the views. So we've got your outside chase view, your bonnet, your bumper cam, your in-car cam. Now, as a lot of other people have said, the in-car stuff is, you can tell it isn't just a straight port like it was in Gran Turismo 6. They have really gone to town when it comes to doing the in-car. the in-car graphics, which was needed because some of the cars did look a bit dated in the last version. Let's come out of that. So we'll get through these corners. Oof. See, there you go. You watch. I'm fully expecting to see a little orange SR. Oh no. Okay, sometimes you're lucky. Not always, but sometimes. PH Gores can deal with him instead. The whole way through qualifying, Caramel Camel was just lined up with me, could not get past him. If I got past him, he'd give me a quick tap or knock me out of the way. So I'll let them deal with him. Saying that, he's come up to give me. Come on, mate. You gonna go past? You're not gonna go past. Come on, give me a clear run here. It'd be nice. There you go. Alright. If you can't deal with just a clear run, I'm not gonna let you have another one. Crikey. Rear-wheel drive and sports tyres are not a good mix. At least it's not my car, so I don't care. But yeah, impressions of the game. Yes, they should have continued with the old style GT championships. They were a lot of fun, and it was enjoyable to go out and buy a second-hand motor from a dealer and build yourself up, whereas here it was a case of, in fact, pre-release I bought the deluxe edition, so I even got 2 million credits to start with. Now that basically means you could go out and buy an LMP1 car for about I think the cheapest I saw was 600,000. So that's something like your Audis or your Toyotas from the Le Mans series. You know, that you've pretty much got the top of the range car before you've even started. I could go out and buy a Bugatti Veyron. I wouldn't want to, but I could. And I think it was a game that, well, the 2 million credits, a nice theme for my desktop, for my background on the XMG. I think it was 12 cars included. So it was a good sort of stepping stone. But now I feel like a couple of weeks of playing, I could probably have done that anyway. Especially with the sponsorship deals that you can get for doing both the Nations Cup and the Manufacturers Cup. You didn't need to go out and buy, or basically spend an extra tenner, which is probably not worth a tenner. But it's a work. I still think it's a work in progress. I had a chat with another mate of mine the other day who bought it. Well, he actually ordered it 18 months ago and finally got it on release day. And he said he gave it to his lad to play. His lad played about 6 races and turned it off. But he's then fired it up and had a go on it. And he says, yeah, I still think there's more to come. And I'd agree. You know, it's more a case of, right, we need to get the game out, let's get it released, and then we'll start with the updates. Including a lovely 16 gig update on release day. Nothing has changed in the world of Gran Turismo. I can remember buying GT5 the day it came out, getting home and having an 8 gig update there and then. And I was just like, really? I've just spent 50 quid on this and you've already hit me with an 8 gig update. This one was 60 and you hit me with a massive update on release day. But I'm always interested to hear your guys' thoughts as well. So if you've played it, if you haven't played it, you know, drop us a comment. Tell me what you think of the game. You know, it's been my go-to for the last couple of weeks, alongside other games that I'm doing for various videos for the channel. But you know, I don't. Graphics-wise, yes, it's probably better than a lot of the older ones. Gameplay, I'm not so sure. But as I've said before, it is growing on me. It's taking time, but it is growing on me. You know, I miss the GT Championships. I miss B-Spec. I miss having extra drivers. I miss the endurance. I miss Le Mans. I miss the whole, yes, you're going to do a 24-hour race and sort of cycling yourself up, basically taking 3 days to do it because you've got to pause it halfway through. You know, I miss stuff like that. But will it come in time? Possibly, but it may not. But as a standalone game as it is, yes, it's playable. Yes, I enjoy playing it. Yes, I think it can be improved. But we'll stick with it. You know, it's been 5 years in the making, and you can see where those 5 years went when you compare it to something like, even compare it to Gran Turismo 6. You can see the difference. So I'm hopeful that there is more to come. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll just have to wait for I was about to say Gran Turismo 8, but it might not be Gran Turismo 8, it might be something completely different. But I think there will be another one. Especially if the PS5 ever gets released. Doing better than I've done in quite a few races. I'm normally sat at the back. Quite impressed. Oh, I don't like rear wheel drive. Certainly not on these soluble tyres. That's another thing I am missing already, is the options to up your car. Whereas before you could go in and change pretty much everything to do with the car. Now you have, I think there's two options that you can make amendments to. One is the power, which is level 1, level 2 and level 3. And the other one is weight reduction, which is level 1, level 2 and level 3. Which you use your mileage points, which you gain, after every race you gain a certain number of mileage points that you can use to buy additional items that are not available direct from dealers. So new helmets, new wheels, specific cars, new paintwork. But they're literally the only amendments so far you can make. You know, I missed the day of slapping on a full race exhaust, full race intake, set of coilovers, and bombing around quite happily in what used to be a classic Subaru Impreza. Was always my choice car, or a Civic. Ugh, I sound like a ricer. Yeah. Whereas here it is, other than being able to sort of do various paint schemes and add sort of sponsorship logos, there's really that much you can do to the car itself. Well, you won't see it in this race because obviously I'm racing against, everyone's got the same car which has pretty much been given to them. Hopefully the other race tonight, which is the Manufacturers Cup, I think is a GR4 race, so I should have my bright yellow Impreza out. Gone. Crikey. Lap 6, we're getting there. Oh, not you again, Mr. Camel. Drove me to distraction in qualifying. You're not doing it again. Slipstream, get a bit of a toe back. Oh, the wind is dealing with him now. Racing snake. I'm not surprised he's pulling in lap times about 14 seconds a lap faster than I am. You know, some of the guys you watch them and they're just, there's no way on earth I'd ever be able to keep up with them. But they're the guys that you can tell they take their racing very, very seriously. So I'm just along to have some fun. I'm never going to win an online race. I know that. I learned that a long time. Pretty much the second day. I'm quite happy just plodding along, building up the points, buying new cars. Crikey. Oh, I hate that corner. Right, well as always, the channel is driven by yourselves, so if you like what you've seen so far, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe. Drop us a comment, tell us what you think. And hopefully we'll be back soon with more Gran Turismo Sport for you.